friends, welcome back. Today we will navigate through Salesforce Lightning UI and we will also learn some basic but necessary UI commands. With that, let's start knowing about Salesforce. Salesforce is a CRM tool. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management. It manages your relationships with your customers, prospects, and partners. It also helps in collaboration both internally with the team and externally with the partners and clients. Salesforce is a cloud-based solution. It means you need not to install any software on your machine or computer, and also you need not to worry about software upgrade or any updates. Since Salesforce store all of your data and your interactions with your client and partners, and also your interactions internally and externally, so it becomes easy to track your important metrics and pull the reports about the data at any point of time. You can also customize your Salesforce platform as per your business requirements. You can create custom apps, objects, fields, and reports. Salesforce also has an app store where you can go and install applications into your own Salesforce org and can use those applications for your business requirements. There are many applications which are available free of cost on App Store. So you can make use of such applications to enhance your business. How Salesforce store data? Salesforce store the data in a much similar way as Excel does. So if you have little knowledge of Excel, it would be very easy for you to correlate how the data is stored in Salesforce. So if you remember, we store data in Excel in a data table. So within a Excel sheet, we have several tabs, and within each tab we have number of rows and number of columns. Each column holds a specific data. It means each column has a data type, be it text, be it number, or any formula field, any of it. In very same way, in Salesforce, we have applications that you can think of like Excel sheet. And within applications, we have several tabs. We call these as Salesforce Object. These objects can be standard or custom. So currently I'm in sales application, and within this sales application we have so many tabs, and when we go inside the tab we can see so many rows. We call these as a record in Salesforce, and so many columns. These columns are called as fields in Salesforce, and each field has its own data type. So now you can see in Salesforce we have data table as object, and number of rows as records, and column as fields. So from here you can see the basic definition with respect to the Excel sheet that we use in Salesforce. So an object in a Salesforce is much like a data table which has rows and columns. Records in Salesforce is just like item or number of rows in Excel. So if we are within accounts object, we can see all the accounts records within that. Field is more like columns in Excel, and each field holds a specific data. So each field has a different data type. Application in Salesforce is much like Excel sheet, which has so many custom or standard objects that we can correlate with the Excel tabs. Organization is instance of Salesforce that you purchase license for from Salesforce. We did talk about a little bit standard and Salesforce object. So in Salesforce, data is basically stored within objects. Within objects, we have records of that object, and all the data of that particular record is stored in fields of respective record. In Salesforce, there are two types of objects: standard objects and custom object. Standard objects are objects which are inbuilt in Salesforce, and you cannot delete that, or you cannot do much of the modification with them, but you can create custom fields within that standard object. There are some very common standard objects like account, contact, lead, opportunity. Custom objects are the object that you create as per your business requirement. You can create custom object and custom fields. With that, let's talk a little bit about what these standard objects are. So in market, our first touch point is leads. Lead could be any person that may be interested in your product or working with your company. We are not sure that that person would be working with our company, but he might have interest and could be converted into opportunities. Contact is an individual who is already working with us or buying our product, or who has potential to do work with us or to bring us opportunities. Accounts are the organization with which we have established relationship. It means our company is working with those companies and generating opportunities. Opportunity is any potential revenue, like we sell out products or we get investment from the companies. So those are called opportunities. Cases could be anything from any issues with the product or with the services you are providing, to the question or inquiry from your customer or client, and feedback. The cases could be in any form, any of these. Process flow. When we talk about market, as we did talk, the first touch point is lead. Lead could be any person that might have interest in our company or product. Then we qualify lead based on some of the critical points based on our business, like which company he's working with, what is his role in the company, is he a decision maker or is a simple employee, how can he help us to do business, does he have potential to convert into opportunity and account. Once we qualify that lead, then we can convert that lead into contact, account, and ultimately into the opportunity to do business with that company and the person. With that, let's talk about basic navigation of Salesforce UI. Let's learn this with a demo straight from the Salesforce UI. So in our video, if you do not have a Salesforce org already created for you, you can refer video in our description, which will walk you through how to create your first Trailhead account and how to create your Trailhead Salesforce org, so that you can practice so that you can do on-hand practice in real-time environment of Salesforce. When we come to Salesforce UI, this is the first thing that we see. So first thing on the top is the search box. There are two types of search in Salesforce. This is called the global search box, that is located on the top. When you click in this search box, the instant result are your recent results that you might have searched in past. As you type, the list update with suggested matches and search options. So if I type something like this, it will give me the closest match. If you don't see the record, press enter and you will see all the objects in the left hand side. Those have closest match to the word that you have searched. So if you want to search any specific object, you can click on that object and it will take you with there. So this is global search. The other search is local search. So within each object, we have this local search. So if you want to search anything, you can type in here. So if you're sure that this is an account that I'm searching, so you can go with an account and type your account name and you will get the results. After search, let's come here. This entire row that you see is the navigation bar. This has almost all of the object standard or custom. You can see more objects from here. These 9 dots that you see, this is app launcher. You can search any of the app from here and can switch. So right now I'm on sales app. If I want to switch this app, I can either type in here like service, or if it is already there, I can click on that. So it will take me to different app. Or in case if you are not able to find any object, you can search object name as well here. So it will give you that name and you can directly go from there. Our next command will be after app launcher. Let's go to any of the object. Let's go to account. As soon as you go into any of the object, you will see the list view here. This list view by default, it is recent list view, recent viewed, but you can pin or unpin from here. Like I had all account as pinned. So now I can pin up my recently viewed. So this is pinned up. Every time whenever I'll come on accounts, I will see recently viewed. So you can see all the list views from here. And you can check the filters of that list view, how that list view is being pulled from this right corner. So you can see filters over here. Next, if you come to right hand side, you will see this list view control. This is interesting. This is the place where you can control all your list views. So we have many options. You can create new list view, you can clone, you can rename, and you can even decide on sharing settings. So one thing to remember here is the list that you have created, you will be able to modify filters, you will be able to delete those lists. But if list is created by anyone else, you won't be able to modify filters or delete that list unless you are admin. So from here you can create new list by clicking on new, give some name to it, click on UPI name, and then select if I only can see or all users can see, and then click save. Then you can modify the filters as per your requirement. And if you want to clone, say for example you want to clone all accounts, you can use clone options. If you want to rename, you can use rename option. If you want to change sharing setting, you can select any of the sharing setting, even the user, and then can hit save. This is interesting. If you want to add more columns in the view list, you can select fields from here. Select fields to display. I can select active, save it, and active will be added to your column. So this is the place where you can control how your list view looks like. You can also delete the list view. You can reset the column width. The next option that we see is select list display. So currently it is selected as view as table, but you can also select Kanban view. It depends on how you would like to see your records, which view you like. If you want to switch back, you can go from here to split view. So this is the split view where we have all the records in left hand side and their details in right hand side. If you want to go back, you can go into table. Next option is refresh. You all know well. The next option that you see, pencil icon, this is interesting option. This is inline editing. So with the help of inline editing, you can edit more than one object or more than one record in a single time. So if you want to edit any of the field for these records, you just go to inline editing, select the number of records you want to update. So for example, for all of these, I want type to be prospect, update all three, yes, click and apply, and then do save. You will see all this field has been updated for all of these three records. So in this way, you can update many records in a single shot using inline editing. Next option, next command you can say is graph. So you can even see this list view data in terms of graph, and you can select this drop down list values depend on how many filters we have put and how this data is being pulled out. Next is filters. So you can see filter from here, how this data is being pulled. So for now there is just one filter, all accounts. You can change the filter. You can do my accounts or filter by scope and say done. Your filter will be updated. If we move towards the top, you will see view profile. This is your profile, and when you click on this setting, you will get to know your settings. This is your name, your username, and all the settings that you have. You can go into settings and can see. The next option is notification bell, where you get all the notifications. If your Salesforce account is linked to your Outlook account, all the notifications will be here. Next, you see this gear icon. This is setup. This is one of the most important part for admins. If you click on setup, it will take you to this window in home. This is setup window where you can do your all kind of admin activities. You can create flows by searching into that. You can get to know all your company information, and you can do a whole lot of work that admins and developers do. Our next option is Salesforce help. You all know. If you need any kind of help, you can contact to get support, or you can search that thing on Trailhead, and you can specifically search the keywords and it will give you the most relevant answers here. The next, one of the important stuff to consider is your global actions. You see this plus symbol here. This is global actions. So from here, you can create any of these objects from the drop down. So this is more helpful in cases when you are working on some account. Say for example, on account or opportunity, you are working on some of this record and suddenly you do remember, okay, I met that person and that person might convert into contact. So I would like to add that person into my Salesforce account. But currently you are working on one of the important project here and you do not want to switch your window to create a contact. In that case, you can go to this plus point, click on the contact, create contact here and save. With the help of global actions, you need not to switch your window. Parallelly, you can also create the contact while you are on the same window. That's when it will help. Now here, one thing you can see, there is a particular sequence that these actions appears, like new contact, new event, new task. If you want to reorder this sequence, all you need to do is go to your setup and there just search for global actions. In global actions, you will see publisher outlet, publisher layout. Edit this publisher layout. And you can see here, these all actions are here. So we have new contact, new event, new task. We want to have lead in place of after contact. We would like to have this lead. Now you can see lead is here. Just say save, refresh and refresh here. And go and check your global actions. You can see contact lead. Likewise, you can reorder as per your requirement. So this was all the most of the navigations we have covered, from starting with the global search to app launchers to navigation bar on top that you see, to list view, and then to list view controls, how to display list, refresh, inline editing, chart, filter, all of this.